Okay, good morning student. Today our next topic of the chapter physics, that is motion part 7. In this part today I will explain you the acceleration time graph. Today I will explain you the acceleration time graph. So in this graph you will see there are several cases. Here you have to plot the acceleration along y-axis. Acceleration must be meter per second square and time will be in second, and time must be in along x-axis and the acceleration is to be plotted along y-axis. So this is your acceleration time graph. Now suppose if a body moving with uniform velocity, case 1. So there are 4 cases we will discuss. Case 1, when the body moving with uniform velocity, then acceleration time graph coincide with time axis. That means the acceleration time graph will overlap on the x-axis itself. So this is the graph. Suppose after 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, here the velocity is uniform. That means velocity is neither increasing nor decreasing. So acceleration becomes 0. So in that case, time passes on 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Time is increasing, but velocity remains constant. So acceleration will become 0, because we know that del V by del T is your acceleration. Acceleration is your del V by del T. So in this case, del V is your 0, and whatever be the time interval in between 2 consecutive time interval, then what will happen? The time is increasing but velocity remain constant. So in that case, the acceleration time graph overlap, it is parallel to the time axis and coincide on it. So acceleration time graph coincide with time axis. First of all, you can write acceleration time graph is parallel to time axis, is parallel to time axis and coincide on it. So that means the graph overlap on the time axis itself. This is the case when the body is moving with uniform velocity. Clear? Okay. For the next, now I will remove it. For next, case 2. Case 2 I will explain right now. Suppose if the body moving with uniform acceleration, suppose the body is moving with uniform acceleration, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say, suppose a body, case 2, suppose when a body moving with uniform acceleration, the body is moving with uniform acceleration. That means increasing rate of change of velocity remains same, remain constant. So then the acceleration time graph is parallel to time axis, Okay, acceleration time graph will be parallel to time axis. Say, suppose this is your 5 meter per second square, this is 10 meter per second square, and this is your say 15 meter per second square, this is say 20 meter per second square. Suppose initially the body is not at rest and the body is moving, and the velocity of the body increases in a uniform manner, in a constant manner. Then what will happen? Say the acceleration at already the body is having. Suppose the acceleration at 0 instant is your say 15 meter per second square. 0 second means suppose you observe the moving body at 8 am. When you are starting your observation, suppose you are observing the moving body at 8 am. So since you started observing at 8 seconds, but the body was moving quite before, because when you are observing the body is in moving condition, and the body possesses moving with uniform acceleration. So the value of uniform acceleration 8 atm is say 15 meter per second. Time increases. After 2 seconds again you see the same acceleration remain constant, say 15 meter per second. After 4 seconds, say this is your again. After 4 seconds, say this is your again 15 meter per second. And after 6 seconds, say again this is your 15 meter per second square. So acceleration at the when you are observing say 8 am, you seen that acceleration of the moving body is your 15 meter per second square. After 2 seconds again it remains same. After 4 seconds again it remains same. After 6 seconds again it remains same. So you have plotted the graph accordingly and join all these points. What you will see? You will see the graph is parallel to, suppose this is your A, this is your B point, C point, D point. So these are the points that in the consecutive seconds you have taken 0 second, the acceleration was 15 meter per second. After 2 seconds again 15 meter per second. After 4 seconds again 15 meter per second. After 6 seconds again 15 meter per second. So these points when joined together, okay, then you will see a straight line is formed. So AD is the acceleration time graph, and the acceleration time graph is parallel with your time axis. Clear? So from these graphs, what you will obtain? So you see, from this acceleration time graph, we can infer the velocity. The area of, you take the note, area of acceleration time graph, area enclosed by acceleration time graph, area enclosed by acceleration time graph with time axis gives velocity of the body. So area enclosed by the acceleration time graph with time axis gives the velocity of the body. Suppose you are enclosing it with a dotted line. You are enclosing it with a dotted line. So now you can calculate the velocity by finding the area. So now you put the name D, E, F, G, and this is your O. Okay. So you see that area, suppose velocity after 2 seconds. Velocity after 2 seconds will be the area of rectangle. Velocity after 2 seconds. Velocity after 2 seconds will be the area of rectangle. Area of rectangle OABG. OABG. Okay. Here the breadth, or you can say this as your length also. Here length is your 15 meter per second square into this breadth is your 2 seconds. So this is your 30 meter per second. Second cancel. So a velocity of the body is your 30 meter per second. When the body moving with uniform acceleration of magnitude 15 meter per second square. Clear? Now again you calculate the velocity after say 4 seconds will be the area of rectangle OACF. OAC and F. Starting from origin, O, A, C and F. This is the velocity after 4 seconds. So here the length is your 15 meter per second square and breadth is your 4 seconds. So here you see the velocity is your 60 meter per second. You must remember these data, because after you see after 6 seconds velocity after 6 seconds is your area of rectangle OADE, which is equal to your 15 meter per second square into 6 seconds. This is your 90 meter per second. So you see velocity after 2 seconds when the body is moving with uniform acceleration of magnitude 15. This is your 15 meter per second square. And after 2 seconds, its velocity is your 30 meter per second. After 4 seconds, 60 meter per second. And after 6 seconds, it is 90 meter per second. Here the increasing of velocity from 30 to 60, there is an increase of 30 meter per second. And then again from 60 to 90, again 30 meter per second. And the time interval between these two consecutive events is 2 seconds. 2 seconds, 4 seconds and 6 seconds means the time interval remains same and the increase in velocity also remains same. So in this way, from the acceleration time graph, by finding the area, you can calculate the velocity of the moving body at a different time interval, and accordingly you can also draw the velocity time graph with the help of acceleration time graph by finding the area of the velocity time graph enclosed with your time axis. So here you see that after calculating the velocity at different time interval, you can plot it in your graph also. For velocity time graph, your data will be, after this calculation from the acceleration time graph, your data will be, say, this is your velocity meter per second, and this is the velocity along y-axis, and time is along x-axis. Say this is your 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And your velocity interval is your, say, 30 meter per second, then say 60 meter per second, and this is your 90 meter per second. So first the body after 2 seconds, its velocity become 30 meter per second. So this is your data, velocity time graph data here, V and T. V you have got, that is 2 second time, and V is your 30, and here it is 60 in 4 seconds, and this is 90 meter per second in your 6 seconds. So 30, then in 4 seconds it is 60, and in 6 seconds this is your 90. When you join all these data, what you will see, this is a straight line. What you will see, this is a straight line. This is a straight line. These are the data. For 2 seconds it is your 30 meter per second, 4 seconds 60 meter per second, 6 seconds it is 90 meter per second. So when you join, this is also a straight line inclined with your time axis. This is the velocity time graph that you have drawn from the acceleration time graph. Clear? Okay. Now the next case I have to remove it. Third one is, suppose this is your case 3. Suppose the velocity of the body decreasing at uniform rate. The velocity of the body decreases with uniform rate. That is, the body undergoes uniform retardation. Then acceleration time graph for a body that undergoes uniform retardation. In that case, what will happen? The acceleration time graph, suppose this is your x-axis, this is your origin, this is your time, 1 second, 2 second, 3 second and 4 second. Say this is your say 5, this is your acceleration, 5 meter per second square, then 10 meter per second square. Say this is your 15 meter per second square. Okay. So similar to that, this is your minus 5 meter per second square, and say this is your minus 10 meter per second square. Suppose the body is moving with uniform retardation, then as you know that retardation is your negative acceleration. So for acceleration time graph, in that case time is in second. Suppose initially the body is having acceleration of 10 meter per second square. I mean negative acceleration of 10 meter per second square. So when you plotted all these points, 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second. So in every consecutive second, the retardation remains same. That means now if you will join these points, the body is the acceleration time graph is the negative slope, and it is in the negative side of the acceleration time graph, because here the velocity is decreasing, so acceleration become negative. So it will be not in the upside of your acceleration time graph, but it will remain downward in the negative acceleration, negative side of the acceleration time graph. Clear? And again, here also you can find out by finding the area, you can find out the decrease in velocity. You can find out by the area enclosed with your time axis to get the decrease in velocity. And obviously, since it is retarding uniformly, so the velocity decreases also at uniform rate. Okay. Area enclosed by acceleration time graph with time axis, acceleration time graph with time axis gives velocity gives decrease in velocity at a constant rate. Okay, you understand it? So for finding the area, you can enclose it. So all these similar to that, just I have shown you in your acceleration time graph. This is the negative of acceleration time graph. So here acceleration time graph, for retarding motion, your acceleration time graph will be in the negative side. Okay, clear? Now you got it. For the fourth case, that also you see, in the uniformly accelerated body, when you calculate the velocity, you see velocity does not remain constant. Velocity either increasing at uniform rate or decreasing at uniform rate. So that means here the velocity is variable, not remain constant. So now I will give you another case, that is your, suppose case 4. In this case, you see, if the velocity of the body changes, in an irregular manner, then the acceleration is not uniform. That means it is variable. So in that case, then acceleration time graph is a curved line. Okay. Time along x-axis and acceleration along y-axis. So in this case, you see here the graph of acceleration time graph, since the velocity of the body changes, either increase or decrease in an irregular manner, then acceleration is not uniform. That means acceleration is variable. In that case, the acceleration time graph is a curved line. Clear? And again here, so now the next topic is, so these are the 4 cases that comes under the acceleration time graph. Now one more topic is there. If you will see, for the uniformly accelerated motion, the real life situation is only you will generally see while freely falling body, when a body falls freely under gravity, or when you throw a body vertically upward. In both the cases, so here the real application of the uniformly accelerated body is a motion under freely falling body. Here the body uniformly accelerated, and the acceleration of the body become equal to 9.8 meter per second square or 10 meter per second square approx. That is, the value of acceleration due to gravity will be the value of acceleration when the body falls freely under gravity, or when the body moves vertically upward also. When you throw a body vertically upward also, in that time also the uniformly retarded body, while throwing upward, while throwing vertically upward, the motion of the body uniformly retarded with a magnitude of 9.8 meter per second square or 10 meter per second square. Okay, you got it? So the acceleration time graph for a freely falling body will again, so in this case you see the acceleration time graph. Here this is your acceleration and this is your time. Suppose this is 5, this is your 10. Then this will be parallel to your time axis. Time is increasing. So accordingly, for acceleration is remain constant of 10 meter. So this is your acceleration along y-axis, and this is time along x-axis. This is your origin 0, 0. So 5 meter per second square acceleration unit is your meter per second square, 5, and this is 10. So since the body is falling freely under gravity, the acceleration remain constant and the velocity increases in that case. From this graph also you can calculate the velocity after every consecutive time interval. So suppose you will, after 1 second the body will have the velocity. Again the velocity graph you can calculate velocity after 1 second is your area of rectangle. Here area of rectangle, say this is your O, A, B, C, D, E, F and G. So in this case you see here area of rectangle OABC. Here the acceleration due to gravity value is you have considered as 10 meter per second square, or you can say 9.8. So if you will see 10 meter per square and time is your 1 second, then here the velocity will be 10 meter per second. So where similarly velocity after 2 seconds, again it will be area of rectangle OADE. So this is your 10 meter per second square and time is your 2 seconds. So this is your 20 meter per second. Similarly, after 3 seconds, area of rectangle OAEG. So again, velocity after 3 seconds, at least 3 points will be taken. Velocity after 3 seconds is your 10 meter per second square into 3 seconds is your 30 meter per second. So you see velocity 10 meter per second, 20 meter per second and 30 meter per second. So while a body falling freely under gravity, velocity increases with a constant manner. That means the body is having uniform acceleration. Similarly, on the other hand, when a body thrown vertically upward, the acceleration time graph will be in the negative axis of your acceleration. That means for retardation, acceleration time graph will be in the negative side. Here -5 and this is say -10. So in this case, this will be the acceleration time graph when the body throwing vertically upward. So in that case also, you can find out the area enclosed in every consecutive second with your time axis, then you will get the velocity. So this velocity can also be plotted in your velocity time graph. In your velocity time graph, again the nature will be a straight line inclined with your time axis, because you see in every 1 second the remains same. So since the velocity increases with a constant manner, so velocity time graph will be a straight line inclined with your time axis. Clear? And for retardation your velocity time graph, initially the body is having some velocity and here the body decreases in every consecutive second. So this is the decreasing trend of the velocity after every consecutive second. This will be the nature of your retarding velocity. Okay, so this much is sufficient for today. Okay, see you next day.